Hi again. So I'm drawing a star here. If you don't already have a star in this way, you can always just section it off yourself. Use a ruler and a pencil or a fine liner pen. So I've already coloured the background in turquoise colours. I used alcohol markers for the background, and I'm starting off with a light shade of pink. I'm using Prismacolor pencils. Now I've got a hot pink colour, and I'm going to go over quite a bit of the other pink I've done. But this is a gorgeous colour. Hot pink. Pink is one of my favourite pinks actually. These are Prismacolor pencils. I'm pressing, well, actually pretty hard. And when you are colouring, I always say try and do a sort of scumbling motion, you know, sort of vary shades. I know it doesn't look like I do all the time, but I do change direction and try to vary it to get into the groove so that I don't have marks. So I'll carry on with this. I am following the guide from Colorist Special Effects Book 2. Check it out on Amazon. I've burnished in white a bit, just smoothing out a bit of graininess, and it's all in the book anyway. And now I'm moving on to Process Red, which is, it's called red, but it's really a sort of pinky, dark, bright pinky purple. And yes, I'm pressing pretty hard now. Obviously, you don't have to do a star this size. I'm doing a large star for the sake of videoing it so you can see what I'm doing. If you're doing this in a star in for example, a colouring book, you might have a smaller star. You probably do. But at least doing a large one for a demo, I think helps. I think it does anyway. Otherwise I'd have to really zoom in. You don't have to do a star in pinks. You know, use the placement of the colours to achieve the 3D effect. Use the placement, but you could do it in greens, blues, oranges, whichever colours that you prefer. Or you could also follow the guide and do this using alcohol markers. All I would say is to take it each little triangle at a time, so step by step, so that the markers are wet to ensure you get a good blend between them. If you're colouring the entire star and letting your markers dry, you're not going to get the best blend. So that's just one thing to think about. And trust in the process. I take a lot of time to photograph each step and then write a description of how to achieve that, which colours, and how to, you know, what pressure to do, where to place the colours, etc., so that it is possible for you to achieve good results, and hopefully people do end up with good results. If you happen to go wrong, go over a line a little bit, don't panic about it, don't worry about it. Just keep going. Don't feel pressured for everything to be perfect that you colour. And also, don't be surprised that having a break, coming back to it the next day, you can surprise yourself thinking, wow, I did that. Things do and can look better with fresh eyes on it. And also, one good tip, if you're copying something, copying a guide, copying, a picture of your own or something, turn the pictures upside down. So your drawing and the original drawing, if you turn them upside down, you'll be surprised that you're then looking at it with a different eye. You're seeing shapes and gradients. You're not focusing on what the actual image is meant to be. And that I have done a lot when I used to do a lot of portraits, human portraits and pet portraits, turning upside down, and then no longer does your eye and mind focus on what you're trying to achieve, but you just see it as light, shade, colour, depth. Definitely try it. That's a very good tip. I'm using white paint pen. I'm using Posca to bring in some white highlights to make it pop off the page more, stand out. Just smudge up a bit, soften. Don't be afraid to go back over and enrich in some of your colours and blend some colours more. That's absolutely fine and quite normal. I'm just using some white pencil here, which goes easily over the marker pen background. It's smudging a bit of that. I don't actually mind that effect, to be honest. I was going to suggest you can erase a bit of the pencil if you want, but actually I'm enjoying that things are spreading across to give a bit of a, ethereal sort of feel. So I'm going to carry on with this and just add a bit of sparkly glitz with my white pencil and a bit of Posca pen. So there's our cute magical star. And I hope to enjoy it.